Alright, so in the last video, we looked at fuses, the ratings of fuses, HRC1, HRC2, etc., the use of fuses. So just a quick rehash. We had our standard cartridge fuses, we had our plug fuses, and we had the old enclosure for the plug fuses, etc. Alright, so now here we have a molded case circuit breaker, and let's look at our circuit breaker rules, alright? (14-300) Subrule 1. Circuit breakers shall be of the trip-free type. What does that mean? So here, circuit breaker, off position, I turn it on. I can't sit there and, even if I sat there and put a broom handle under this thing to hold it on, the breaker would still trip under overcurrent or overload. That is what trip-free means. Indications shall be provided at the circuit breaker and at the point of operation to show whether the circuit breaker is open or closed. This circuit breaker here clearly has indications of whether it is open or closed. Construction of circuit breakers. 14-302. Where circuit breakers are provided for the protection of apparatus or ungrounded conductors. So apparatus, protection. These fuses in here protect this apparatus, this panel board. The branch circuit conductors here would protect the branch circuit conductors and whatever equipment is connected to them. So these fuses, this cartridge fuse, and this switch in here protects these conductors and this apparatus. Where circuit breakers are provided for the protection of apparatus or ungrounded conductors, or both, they shall open the circuit and all ungrounded conductors by manual operation of a single handle and by action of overcurrent, except where single pole circuit breakers are permitted by Rule 14010B. So that was the rule if I had non-split receptacles or fixed lighting loads, I was allowed to use 2 single pole breakers. If I have a split receptacle, I have to use a double pole breaker. That's what 14010 was about. Then B says, in branch circuits derived from 3-wire grounded neutral system, 2 single pole manually operated circuit breakers shall be permitted to be used instead of a 2-pole circuit breaker, provided that their handles are interlocked with the device as provided by the manufacturer, so that all ungrounded conductors will be opened by manual means of any handle, and each circuit breaker has a voltage rating not less than that of the multi-wire branch circuit. So in the old days, the old square D breakers, for example, they had a little hole right through the handle here. So they had 2 little single pole breakers there. What they do is they take those finishing nails and they drop it through the hole to tie the 2 handles together. That's not allowed. You have to use the manufacturer's tie bars that come with it. So you see a lot of this stuff out there when you go out and do renovations. So be aware of that. You guys make things code compliant. 14304. Non-tamperable circuit breakers, branch circuit breakers, unless accessible only to authorized persons, shall be designed so that any alteration by the user of either tripping current or time will be difficult. Tripping elements for circuit breakers Circuit breakers shall be equipped with tripping elements as specified in Table 25. 14308, battery control for circuit breakers. All right, so in high voltage, you guys, when power goes out, we still need the breakers to trip. So we use batteries for the voltage for the shunt trip coils. When power for operating the overcurrent element of a circuit breaker is derived from a battery, the battery voltage shall be continuously monitored. If the battery voltage drops to a value insufficient to operate the circuit breaker overcurrent element, the circuit breaker shall automatically trip. That's fail-safe. Or an alarm shall operate continuously until the battery voltage is restored. A suitable warning notice shall be placed on or adjacent to the circuit breaker, indicating that the battery control power must be available before the circuit breaker is closed. Let's take a peek here at Table 25. So, circuit protection. This is the overcurrent part. And this is the overload part. So, this is also used in Section 28. They got the kind of motors when you use overloads. So, we're looking here on circuit protection. Number and location of overcurrent devices, and then so here you have the system, and then how many trip coils. So 3 trip coils, 1 in each conductor. So 3-wire, 3-phase ungrounded system for you 3rd and 4th year people. You need to understand this right here. 1 trip coil in each ungrounded conductor. 3 trip coils, 1 in each phase of a 4-wire, 3-phase AC system. The middle one here, 4-wire 2-phase. We don't see the 2-phase system anymore. I've never seen it in my 20 years of being in the field. So I doubt you guys will run into it. So we can really just kind of skip that and come down here. So up here we have the 3-phase. We have the 2-phase in the middle, kind of obsolete in this day and age. And you're down here at single phase. 2 trip coils, 1 in each outside conductor, 3-wire, single-phase AC or DC. 1 trip coil in each ungrounded conductor, 2-wire AC or DC with 1 conductor grounded. Then 2 trip coils, 1 in each ungrounded conductor, and then that corresponds to 3-wire, single-phase AC or DC with grounded neutral. So this is a 3-pole circuit breaker used on a 3-phase system. I have 1 handle that opens all conductors. So this would comply with this part right up here. 3 trip coils, 1 in each conductor, 3-wire, 3-phase, and it would also comply with this rule. Construction of circuit breakers. Where circuit breakers are provided for the protection of apparatus or ungrounded conductors or both, they shall open the circuit in all ungrounded conductors by manual operation of a single handle. There's the single handle opening all 3 phases. All right? So that takes care of construction of circuit breakers, and we'll see you in the next one.